friends, quick Tesla update for you. I am on my way to a Tesla service center because I have some issues with the car that need addressing. But you may ask, hey, why are you going to the service center? Don't they typically come to you? Well, yes, except the issue that I'm about to tell you about do not allow for a service tech to come into the house and address. And these issues are the following. First and foremost, I have a puddle in my trunk. I noticed it a couple of days ago. I opened the trunk, I got under the cover, and I noticed about ½ an inch of water. It has since dropped, but somehow water got in there. This is not something that Tesla can fix in my driveway. For that, I need to bring the car in. The next issue is twofold, and it relates to my carbon fiber rear spoiler, which is detaching on one side. It's been detaching for a couple of months now. I finally decided to do something about it. When I called the Tesla service, they said, because of the cold winter months, we cannot do it in your driveway. You need to bring it in for service. Fine. I also noticed that the spoiler itself is bubbling, so the clear coat is separating from whatever it's sitting on, so it's got these little white spots. I don't know if this is something that can be fixed. I suspect they'll have to give me a new spoiler, but that's something that that they'll have to address on spot. And last but not least is finally I need to have the issue of my black screen addressed. As I mentioned to you in my prior videos, a lot of times it happens to me. I put the car in reverse and I get that blank screen as opposed to getting my reverse cameras. Happens more often than I would like it to happen, so I mentioned it to the service tech, and this is something that they also added to the list. I did receive an estimate for this work, and it is $0 because my car still is under warranty, even though it's got 34,000 miles now, but it's only 2.5 years old, so it's still under warranty. The only thing that I've asked for is, I said, hey, I cannot be without a car, so you need to provide a loaner. They said, yeah, we should be able to do that, but I never received an email confirmation or anything like that, that the loaner will be provided. So, fingers crossed that I can either wait over there and get the car taken care of, or I can get a loaner, because again, that has not been confirmed. So let's find out. There we are, lots of Teslas. Here's service. Oh, they do have the Cybertruck in there. I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, there's service. And we got a loaner, a pretty dated Model Y, but we still got a loaner. The work is expected to take 24 hours, so tomorrow I should be able to hopefully pick up my car, so I'm very happy about that. What I'm not happy about is the level of service I received when I dropped off the car. I don't want to go into detail. I also don't want to sound like a prima donna, but it's not what I would expect from what I thought was a premium brand, but maybe at the end of the day, Tesla is no longer a premium brand, so I shouldn't be expecting the same level of service I get when I walk into my BMW dealer or my Porsche dealer. So that's why I don't want to go into specifics, but the person helping me was very rude, very unprofessional, just didn't feel like dealing with me. And I'm a nice guy. But in the showroom, I noticed there was a Tesla Cybertruck, which generated a lot of interest. People were taking pictures of it, and I have to say, in person, it does look pretty cool. To the point where I would see myself buying one. Now, would I see myself buying one for $100,000? No. I would take this for $100,000. If that car was $60,000, I'd be all over it. So, I'll keep you posted on how this thing turns out, so stay tuned.
Now take the New Jersey 23 North.
Thank you. And I got the car back, not as quickly as I was initially promised, but I finally got it back. And the funny thing is, I got it 5 days later than promised. Initially, I was supposed to get it on Friday, which is the next day. And after 9 p.m., when it was supposed to be picked up by me, I messaged them, and they replied a little bit later saying, oh, sorry, it's still not ready. We're still working on it. It's going to be ready the next day. The next day comes. I didn't follow up with them, and nothing. Monday comes. I get no messages. So at the end of the day on Monday, I send them a message saying, hey, I just wanted to get an update. I'm in no rush to get the car. Just wanted to see what's going on. Couple of hours later, they message me back saying, hey, we're still working on the car. We'll let you know when it's ready to be picked up. So, okay, I mean, I was happy with the loaner. It's fine. The next day, towards the end of the day, they said the car is ready and you've got 24 hours to pick it up. Otherwise, you'll be charged storage fee and you got to drop off your loaner. So, imagine if I was actually getting that message on the weekend when I usually go on my snowboarding trips. I wonder what would happen then. I don't know what the negotiation would have been like. But I was able to drop off the loaner and pick up the new car. And here is what was repaired and my findings with it, because that's actually quite interesting. So the biggest thing was the water egress, and it says it was addressed. It confirmed water was present, sealed tailgates, and replaced right tail light. Verified water ingress no longer present. I'm happy about that, although I have two concerns. One, there's still a lot of water collecting at the bottom of the rubber seal, which kind of worries me that actually water might get through. And two, the carpet that's at the bottom of the trunk is still wet. They never dried it or anything. So am I supposed to dry it? Am I supposed to do something about it? I'm gonna have to park the car in the garage, dry it for a couple of days, leave the trunk open. But I would have expected them to do that. Second, customer states the trunk spoiler is coming unglued. So it says, yep, verified spoiler is coming unglued, removed and replaced rear spoiler. I also told them that the old one was bubbling, so they actually installed a new spoiler. However, maybe I'm being a little picky here, but I'm assuming during the installation process or the removal process, they put up a bunch of micro scratches. Normal person wouldn't care. I don't necessarily care. All right, I'm trying not to care because this car is a daily car. But to those of you who are very anal about these things, you would care because, as you can see along the edges, there are these tiny micro scratches. And two, the spoiler doesn't necessarily sit right. Yes, it sits tight, but one side is adhered perfectly. The other side has a little lip that sticks out. You can't see it from 2 feet away. You only know about it if you know about it. I take a lot of pride in my work, so if this was me performing this work, I would be very unhappy with my performance. Oh, and the last one is quite funny. Taillight damaged during service. And it says, confirmed customer's concern. Removed and replaced left taillights. Customer's concerns have been rectified. I didn't tell them about a taillight. I guess what must have happened is they must have damaged it. Maybe they dropped it when they were servicing it. So they gave me also a brand new rear taillight. So I got new taillights as a result of this service. And last but not least is my backup camera issue. You've witnessed this in my prior videos. It's definitely software related. It's not hardware related, but they said confirmed customer's concern, unable to replicate vehicle concern, performed auto diagnosis and no issue found during timestamp, removed rear panels and no issues were found with connectors or cables. I'm assuming it's software related. I'm hoping a software update will fix it, although, you know, I've done multiple software updates and it hasn't fixed. I guess I have to learn how to live with it, or maybe get a Rivian instead. But all jokes aside, because of the fact that the car is under warranty, everything that I talk about here, that I mentioned, was covered under warranty, so it cost me $0, but it did cause me some pain and agony and stress and some micro scratches and now a wet trunk floor that I have to dry somehow. So very unhappy with the way this service was performed, very unhappy with the way I was communicated with. But again, as I mentioned at the beginning of my video, maybe I'm just used to being treated by a premium brand, by a Porsche, by a BMW, as opposed to Tesla, which now sells a huge volume and they just cannot keep up with customer requests. And I'm sure there's a lot of customers out there who are mean and whatnot. I always try to be the nicest possible person to deal with. This is not staged, by the way. Check this out. I found this. I kid you not, I did not stage this. I picked up the car last night. It was raining heavily. I got in the car. I drove in. This is what was found in the back seat, on my baby seat. What is this? If any of you know what this is, part number 1628707-00.A. Model Y liftgate trim. Brake assembly something. It looks to be new. piece. So maybe they left an extra here. But this was left on my child seat in the back. And this confirms, once again, the highest level of quality coming from Tesla. Let me know what you would do in my situation. Would you want to continue to fight, or would you just let these things go? I am most likely going to let it go because it's not worth my time. It is a daily car, but I know a lot of you would handle it differently. So let me know down below. I'm really curious what you have to say. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. January 11th, 2024, the day after I got the car from service. Backing up, this is what happens. And this is what the Tesla service was unable to fix. See, happens again. What is this? There we go, you see? This is insane.
So we have to bring it back?
No, they couldn't fix it.
They couldn't fix it, so we have to stay like this?
I know, it's time to get a Rivian.